Hi, my name is Victor. I'm a yoga instructor. Welcome to NK FitClub. Today, I'll be leading you with a relatively gentle stretch sequence, which is about 15 minutes. Now, before we start, make sure you have 2 yoga blocks. That will be pretty handy in case you might not be able to reach the floor or whatnot. Shall we start? Let's begin. So we're going to start with child's pose. Bring your feet together and then open your knees wide-ish and reach your arms forward. Rest your forehead on the ground and close your eyes. And start to pay attention to your breathing. Feel that each inhalation, you can walk your fingertips and your forehead a little bit more forward. And each exhale, bring your hips a little bit closer towards your heels. And this is called child's pose. It's a resting posture. It's a very classic yoga pose. Anytime you need to rest during the yoga practice or any exercise at all, you can come back to child's pose. And feel that in each inhale, your belly would expand, the back of your chest would expand as well. And exhale, sink your body further down to the earth. Take a few more deep breaths here. Ask yourself, how often do I pay attention to my breathing? Probably not, so take this opportunity to pay attention to your breath, because yoga is more about the breath rather than the postures or the asana in Sanskrit. And the next inhale, come up to your hands and knees, tabletop position. Check that your shoulders are above the wrists and hip bones over the knees. You may also want to tuck the toes down, keep your arms straight, spread your fingers wide. As you next inhale, gently arch down, look up into cow pose. And exhale, arch up, cat pose, chin to your chest. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, arch down, look up, cow pose, look up. And exhale, arch up, cat pose, chin to chest. If your back feels a bit tight, you can do it more gently. Inhale. And exhale, arch up, cat pose, chin to your chest. Let's do 3 more rounds, slowly warming up the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2, inhale. And exhale. Last one, in. And exhale, out. Push the hands down firmly, arch the upper back more round. And inhale, come back to your neutral spine position. Now, then walk the hands a little bit wider, left and right. As you next inhale, reach your left arm up. And then exhale, twist over to the right hand side. So we're still doing tabletop but with a twist now. Keep moving. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, twist to the right. 3 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Focus on your breathing. Last one. In. And exhale, out. Stay here this time. Walk your left hand a little bit more towards the right hand side. Keep the right hand on the floor right now and push it down so you can deepen the twist. Turn your chest up towards the sky even. Good. Now see if you can also raise your right arm up. Option 1, which is usually easier. Bring your hand to your tailbone. Or option 2, you can also crawl your fingertips into your left inner thigh for a deeper twist. And for those who are taking option 2, you might also feel a nice shoulder stretch in your right shoulder. Keep pushing your left shoulder down to the floor to deepen the twist for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now slowly release. Right hand back to the floor and push yourself back up to your hands and knees with your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. Let's try the other side. Inhale, right arm up. So we do 5 times on the other side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, up. And exhale, twist. 3 more rounds. And exhale. Last 2. Exhale. See if you can exaggerate your breathing a little bit even. Up. And down. Stay here this side. Now this time, walk the right hand a little bit more to the left hand side. Let me turn around so you can see me. And then now again, keep your left hand on the floor at first. And I want you to push the left hand down firmly. You can feel your chest turning up into the sky. Now raise your left arm up. Option 1, remember, on the tailbone. And option 2, into your inner thigh. And keep pushing the right shoulder down so you can stretch the shoulders and peel your chest up to the sky. Keep breathing. So this is a very good mini sequence that you can do perfectly fine on your own at home, especially for those suffering from lower back pain. For 3, 2, and 1. Left hand back to the floor and push yourself back up to your hands and knees. Good. Now from here, check that your shoulders are now back over the wrists and step your feet back. Body in a straight line into a plank pose. Sucking your belly in. Notice you don't want to drop the hips like this, nor you want to stick the butt up. So you just keep your body fairly straight. Look up a little bit, so don't drop the hips. Look up at the floor about 1 meter in front of you in plank pose. It's a very good pose to train your core. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Push your hips up and back into your first downward facing dog of the day. Good. Now inhale forward. Let's keep moving for now. Forward to plank. And then exhale to downward facing dog. A few more times. Forward. And then exhale. At the same time, you should feel your wrists are working as well. And then exhale. One more time. Inhale. And then exhale. This time we stay in downward facing dog. But I want you all to bend the knees a little bit. Especially for those with tight shoulders or tight hamstrings. Just bend the knees. Focus more on the straightening of the side armpits and also the spine. Relax the neck completely as if you want to look at your own belly button. And then now from here, you can also tap your heels left and right. You don't have to straighten your legs completely, but see you can press your heels down. Get your hamstrings stretched gently. And if you like, you can also turn your tailbone left and right as well. Get some very nice side stretches in your lower back. So there's a lot of variations you can do in downward facing dog, and these are only some of them. Now from here, let me just move back to the front a little bit. Running out of mat. You will bring your feet together in the middle. You can still do this with the knees bent. Now raise your right leg up. Bend your knee, open the hips to the right hand side. See if you can stack your right hip over your left. And keep pressing your armpits back. So you want to keep the shoulders back rather than forwards. Right knee up high for 3, 2, and 1. Now this time, step your right foot forward, outside the hand on the ground. Keep the back leg straight for now, and we will bounce the hips up and down a few times. Nice. Now, left knee down the floor, inhaling. Exhale, right arm up to the sky. Now, option 1, you may stay here. For those who want to stretch the top of your thigh, you will turn back and see if you can bend your knee and catch the foot. Once you have the foot, slowly bring your heel a little bit more towards your butt. And notice you want to really relax the leg, otherwise you might get a nasty cramp. So let me just turn the other side so you can see what it looks like on the other side. Yeah, so you want to slowly just use your arm. Don't squeeze your hamstring. Keep breathing for 3. Don't forget to breathe. 2, and 1. Slowly release. Bring your elbows down to the floor into lizard pose. Now, for those with tighter hips, you might not be able to bring the elbows down. So what we'll do is to bring the blocks to support your forearms like this. Okay? And you can also play with different heights. Yeah, maybe one arm needs a higher height of the block, or the other arm you can take the lower height, or you can do both on the lowest height. So it really depends on how you feel at this point in time. Don't forget to breathe, and also you want to lift the head up. The reason why we want to lift the head up in yoga is that we do this a lot in our daily life, like playing the phone or computer. So it's always a good idea to lift the head to bring some exercise, bring some stretch to the back of your neck, strengthening for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Let's put the blocks away first. We'll come back to plank pose. Hands to the floor and step your right foot back in one go. Good. And then now from here, this is where things get to get quite interesting. Lean your weight forward first. Press your heels forward. Keep the head up. Bring the knees down to the floor. And as you come down with the chest, squeeze your elbows into your body. You also want to keep the chest forward, not back.
slide the chest forward, inhale, roll up into cobra pose, like a snake. And then tuck the toes down, exhaling, back to downward facing dog. Good. Remember, you can still bend the knees, especially if you have tighter hamstrings or shoulders. Relax the neck completely. You can even tap your heels, left and right, turn your tailbone left and right a few more times. Good. And then now, bring your feet together again. Lift the left leg up into your one-legged down dog. Bending the knee and open the hips to the left-hand side. Stack your left hip over your left. And as you do so, you should feel a nice side stretch on the left-hand side of the body. Keep breathing. Good. And then now, as you swing back to the front, left foot forward, outside the hands, and keep the back leg straight. Bounce the hips up and down a few times. Keep the head up. Good. And then now, bring your knee down to the floor, inhaling. Exhale, left arm up. Remember, you can always stay in this position, which is slightly easier than the next one, which is what I'm going to do. Wrapping up the foot and bring your heel slowly towards your hips. Feel the stretch on the top of your right thigh, which is a lot for a lot of people, not a very pleasant stretch here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Okay, right foot back down to the floor, elbows on the ground into lizard pose, or if you need to, take the blocks again. And notice that on this left hand side might be more open or might be tighter, which is absolutely fine. Keeping your head up, strengthening the cervical spine, your neck muscles, the neck region of the spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your hands back to the floor. We'll take another flow here, another vinyasa. So step your left foot back to plank pose. Body in a straight line. Push the heels forward, shoulders beyond your wrists. Knees, chest and chin down to the ground. Squeeze the elbows in. Slide the chest forward. Inhale, roll up into cobra, look up. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Relaxing your neck, pull the belly in. And again, tap your heels left and right a few times if you need to. Drop the head, relax the neck. Now from here, bring your feet together and bend the knees, look forward. As your next inhale, step your feet to the front of the mat. You may keep your feet roughly hip width apart. Make sure they're parallel to each other. And everyone, please bend your knees with me. Bring your hands to your shin bones and inhale. Push into the shins to do a halfway lift. Look up. And then exhale, fold hands to the ground, standing forward fold. We'll repeat this a few times. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. For those who are super tight in the hamstrings, there's one more option for you, which is to bring the blocks to underneath your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen, look up. And then exhale, fold. If you don't need the blocks, you don't need the blocks. Just keep the hands down. 2 more times like this. Inhale, halfway lift. You can keep the knees bent. Exhale, fold. Focusing on bringing the belly to touch the thighs. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. This time we add one more stretch. With the hands behind your hips, cross the fingers and drop the head down. Hands away from the hips. Relax the neck completely. Now keeping your knees slightly bent, this will help protect your hamstrings, especially if you have super tight hamstrings or if you've recently injured the hamstrings through exercise. So you can also lean forward a tiny bit without straightening the legs. You can always do yoga or stretches with the knees bent. Sucking the belly in to protect your core for 5, 4, maybe wiggle your body side to side. 3, 2, to come out. 1, bend the knees a lot. Release the fingertips to the ground. Raise your arms up high all the way up. Good, and then now separate your feet to about hip width or maybe even mat width. So I'm going to turn to this side so you can see better. We're going to finish this sequence with a side stretch, okay? So I'm going to reach the hands up, cross the fingers and point the index fingers up like this. And you will swing your body side to side. As you swing, you're not just moving the arms, you're swinging the entire body. So that if my arms go to the right, the hips go to the left, and vice versa. Let's do a few more times. And stay on the left-hand side to the hands and hips to the right. Reach the fingertips to the left-hand side. And at the same time, roll the bottom shoulder forward. Top shoulder back for 3, 2, and 1. Don't forget you have the other side. And push the hips to the left, fingers to the right. Bottom shoulder slightly forward. Top shoulder slightly back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back to center and bring your hands to heart center. Feet together and close your eyes. Take this moment to bring your focus back to your breathing. And if you're doing this sequence at the start of the day or whatever part of the day you're doing it, see if you can set an intention, a focus for the day or whatever task you have in hand, so that you can perform anything with purpose, with grace, and with ease. Take a deep inhale through the nose, big sigh out. Now you may open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining NK FitClub. Please like, comment, or subscribe. I'll see you next time soon, so stay tuned. Thank you. Namaste.